Hello, everyone. So, my name is Rikus Kruger, and I did the cognitive type test or the voltology test, which looks at your facial, not appearance, but your expression. Like, for example, the way you move your hands around, the way your eyes are like maybe more taut, or they're more like softer, and the way your mouth moves. There's like a 4 point pulling or 2 point pulling, it depends. And for many years in the Myers-Briggs test, I always received ENFP, which is, or NEFI, which is extroverted intuition and introverted feeling. So when I did this test, I was surprised. Oh, yeah. Actually, my first result was INTJ or NITE. And I'm like, that just ain't me. That's just not me. I don't perceive myself as a introverted perceiving type. I'm a lot more expressive. Even though when I talk on the screen, I can come across as rather rigid, or what's the word? I have a lot of inertia because I'm too focusing too intently on the camera. But of course now I'm being more expressive, as you can see. But it's just interesting. But I did this first video by myself, staring at the camera. But in my second video, I actually spoke to my mom. Now, when I'm with my mom, I'm a lot more expressive. I'm a lot more spontaneous and emotionally expressive, and I laugh more. And if I talk about a topic of interest, I'm a lot more into it. So, yes, my results are, like I said, SEFI, or extroverted sensing and introverted feeling. And there are also, there's 4 functions for each type. And the other 2 functions are extroverted thinking and introverted intuition. Now, my development is extroverted sensing and extroverted thinking. So, my extroverted functions are conscious, while my introverted functions, introverted feeling and introverted intuition, are unconscious. So, that's interesting. So, what it boils down to is because both of my extroverted functions are conscious, I come across as very extroverted in the sense that I'm very proactive in the way I engage with the world and the way I express myself. Even though I've had shyness in the past, and I used to be very shy and I didn't want to talk to people, it's because people bullied me and they didn't really accept me for who I was. But as I grew older, I realized I'm actually an undercover extrovert. People just didn't allow me to let my light shine. I shouldn't put my light under a bushel, as the Bible saying goes. So, yeah, that's very interesting. And what I can relate to with extroverted sensing is that it's very linear. It focuses on one idea at a time. It's not like all over the place or transcontextual or big picture. It's a lot more detailed, a lot more like tunnel vision. And even if I think abstractly, or if I think of a fantasy, or I think about, let's say I get an image in my head, that image becomes very almost I almost become obsessed with the image, or it becomes intrusive sometimes. And I think that's because of extroverted sensing. Extroverted sensing focuses on the details of everything and the experience of a thing. And it can either be welcoming or enjoyable, or it can be jarring or overstimulating. And I also tend to get easily overwhelmed by my environment if there's too much noise, or if a balloon pops, I'm like, and I freak out. Yeah, I'm easily uncomfortable with certain textures or certain smells or certain environmental inputs. But despite all of this sensual intelligence or tactile intelligence, I can also be very intuitive. And I'm very much a dreamer. I'm very much in my mind. And I'm also quite spiritual. But perhaps I think I'm conflating that spirituality with introverted intuition, but it could also be my introverted feeling, which has to do with protecting the principles of life, or protecting life, like animals and plants and nature. And I've always loved animals and plants and nature, so there we go. In any case, I just wanted to say it's just interesting that my cognitive type is ESFP or SEFI, but my MBTI type was ENFP. But perhaps that MBTI test didn't look at the proper criteria. It looked more at traits that are not necessarily related to um, the functions properly. So that's very interesting. So I just felt like sharing that, and I just wanted to say if you're interested, you can try to get a report on the Voltology website. And if you feel like it doesn't fit you, then perhaps you could ask for another chance. Make sure you talk to someone, you interview them, and have someone interview you, and then you answer the questions so that they can see your expressive profile. So, yes. Okay, thank you.